Hi friends, this is Dr. Spars Gupta. We have been facing a lot of queries from our friends and people pertaining to what is prevalent as of now in the social media platforms, and they wish to know about the condition which is being given the name of the premature coronary artery blockade. Patients who are going to have a development of this condition are going to be having the presence of a sudden severe chest pain, as well as there are going to be presence of certain changes in their ECG and abnormal biochemical blood tests.
Now, let us understand what we mean by the word sudden cardiac death. This basically means that this person was perfectly normal 1 hour ago. He was either talking to somebody or somebody saw him doing a physical activity like he checked in into a gym. And after 1 hour, well, this person unfortunately expired. So the definition part should be very, very clear. And now we are going to understand what could be the plausible reasons behind development of sudden cardiac death. And therefore, we need to touch basics. What I mean by the basics is there are two terms that are used by lay people. One is heart attack, and second would be cardiac arrest. So we need to understand the differences between the two. The meaning of the word heart attack would be that it's a plumbing issue. There's a problem with the coronary circulation. The blood vessels that supply the heart are having a thrombus or a clot formation, which is primarily because of atherosclerosis, which is buildup of fats. And then there's unfortunately plaque fissure, which causes a thrombus formation, and that will cause very classical ECG findings, which I have highlighted for you. I want you to remember this fact. A person could be having a heart attack because of premature atherosclerosis, and we will explain to you what we mean by the word premature atherosclerosis slash accelerated atherosclerosis. In earlier times, heart disease was occurring in the age group of 70s or 80s, but now we are seeing it due to various risk factors that will be enumerated in this discussion occurring in the age of what 40 to 50, and that is why the term accelerated is being used. Another terminology, as I highlighted, is cardiac arrest. Now, cardiac arrest is grossly different from a heart attack in a sense that this is a conduction issue with respect to the pacemaker of the heart. Yes, our heart also has a pacemaker, in fact, four of them. So, the most important one of them that is present in the right atria of yours is called as SA node, and that can malfunction or it could be affected by various reasons like hypoxia, and therefore, sudden cardiac arrest can occur in a person.
So, what are the factors for the development of accelerated atherosclerosis? We need to understand that apart from the usual risk factors that we keep on talking about, like smoking, alcohol, presence of obesity, reduced physical activity, and the presence of a positive family history, there are certain additional factors which can also contribute to development of this condition. So what appears on your screen would be factors like presence of raised levels of lipoprotein A, individuals who are going to be having elevated levels of HS, that is highly sensitive C-reactive protein, individuals who are going to be having elevated levels of homocysteine, presence of a positive family history, that means individuals in the previous generations who have also been suffering from a premature coronary artery disease and unfortunately faced some consequence out of it, and individuals who are going to be having an intake of trans fats. Now, a lot of people ask us this question, that which of these factors is going to cause the maximal damage. So I want you to understand as a concept, friends, that all these factors are going to be acting just like bullets, or as you find on your screen, the presence of arrows. These bullets or arrows are likely to cause a physical damage on your health. Now, even one bullet is sufficient to knock off a person. Why I say so is because if a person is going to be having an exposure to more than one of these risk factors, then there is a higher probability of an extensive damage. So this is important because some of these factors are beyond our control. We cannot change our family lineage. But there are most of the factors which can be altered by following certain steps. So what are the four most important factors that you need to be aware of so as to reduce or minimize the risk or development of this condition? So the first important factor that we need to be familiar with is to reduce the consumption of high glycemic index foods. Glycemic index is one of the parameters by which we get to know what is the effect of the food which is being consumed by an individual on the alteration or fluctuation of blood sugar. If a food article is going to cause a high blood fluctuation, a spiking of the blood sugar, then it is associated with the term high glycemic index. Certain common examples of foods which are associated with high glycemic index would include ice creams, your favorite cookies, the pastries, you can be talking about cranberries, we can be talking about the white bread, etc. The food particles which are not going to cause too much of a spiking of the blood sugar are associated with the term like low glycemic index. So it is important that we try to maintain our blood sugar levels close in the vicinity of the normal values. That means we do not amount to too much of fluctuation.
One of the important aspects that you need to understand is, and is very prevalent, especially with Indian cooking, is intake of trans fats. You see, when you go to McDonald's or when you go to KFC, they're not going to replace the oil. Like in our houses, whenever cooking is done, like pakoras are made or any frying is done, the oil is not reused. But when it comes to restaurant food, what happens is that the oil is reused, and that contributes to development of trans fats, and they are reason, I would say, most important one for development of accelerated atherosclerosis, or as we are saying, premature atherosclerosis.
Step number 3 would be to going in for an annual medical checkup beyond the age of 40 years. And if you are having a family history of an individual who had already suffered from a premature coronary artery event, then you might go in for an annual checkup even earlier. These checkups have been found to be having a detection of the development of a disease at a much earlier level, and therefore suitable actions can be taken.
Therefore, if your doctor determines that you're having atherosclerosis, if you're having blockages in your coronary artery, then you would be prescribed a medicine by the name of statins. Obviously, we don't want you to self-medicate, so there are definitive scoring patterns on the basis of which your physician or your cardiologist will decide whether you require this class of medicines or not. And these medicines, once taken, will reduce the buildup of coronary artery plaques, or rather I would say the atherosclerotic plaques that are building up in a coronary artery. The speed of progression, I want to highlight this fact, it's not going to reverse, because lots of time this misconception is there that doctor, I'm having a 80% blockage in my coronary artery, will the prescription of statin cause a reversal? No, it's not going to cause a reversal, but yes, it's going to prevent a further development of blockage in your coronary artery. So if you follow the advices that I've highlighted, we are very, very sure that you would be able to bypass this basic problem, which is gradually assuming epidemic proportions in India.
So we hope that knowing these 4 most important factors which are going to be followed religiously by you would help you to have a healthy heart. At the same time, the small effort of ours would ensure that your anxiety is reduced. You have a better idea about how your heart is going to function, what exactly is meant by the disease or the condition, the premature coronary artery disease, and what are the best ways by which we can minimize the chances of suffering from any complication associated with the condition. Our best wishes.